What's up, everybody? It's Base Jalarin, and I'm here, not in my fucking closet, because one, the lighting's better out in my fucking room, and two, it is impossibly fucking cold in my closet right now. My closet does not have any heat in it at all, and I don't want to die filming this video. So you're just gonna have to deal with me and my cats in a place where I don't normally film for now. So, yeah. So today I'm here to film a tag video, and that would be Miggs's 2018 tag, which is like a tag where we look back on the year and look forward into the coming year, and it's just it just seems like a really fun tag to do. I was planning on doing a lot of like videos where I looked back on things that happened this year, so this tag is absolutely fucking perfect. It just gets all that shit right out of the way in one handy little video. So let's just get started. Let's get to going with the questions in this lovely tag. And the first question has to deal with series that either you started this year or came out this year that you liked the most. And I have quite the list, and I'm going to have to go through them a little quickly, or else this video will never end because I had some faves. First would have to be the Banana Fish reprint. I 100% of the time completely and totally support reprints of very rare out-of-print manga. It allows the series to be accessible to people who are just now getting into the community. It just breathes new life into a very old series, and the number of people that I saw pick up Banana Fish this year because of that reprint, who got to experience this story that they wouldn't have been able to experience because Banana Fish was like wildly out of print before, is just wonderful and beautiful to me. And my cat is walking on my bed, and that is why my camera is shaking. Next would have to be Oh My Sweet Alien, because it's a series that's wrapped in plastic. It's rated M, and people, you might like look at it and first thing you think is like, oh, it's just a gross, like fan service series. The only reason it's wrapped is because one of the main characters, her natural state of being is that she's naked. Like the planet where she's from, no one wears clothes, so she's just always titties out. But it's this beautiful, sort of just very nice rom-com about a human man and a alien woman, and they get together and they get married and they have a baby and they start a family and they just learn to accept each other's differences, and it's just about loving each other in a family setting. It's a fucking wonderful, beautiful series that I feel people will overlook because it does not appear to be what it really is. It is a very wholesome series, just a lot of titty. Next would be Dead Dead Demons, Destruction by Inio Asano. I knew about Dead Dead Demons. I hadn't read Dead Dead Demons, but I knew about it before it was released, and I was really hoping it would get a release here because we just needed more new, fresh Inio Asano, and we were definitely supplied. Wotakoi, which I totally forgot came out this year. There just so many things happened this year. I completely forgot it came out this year, but Wotakoi came out this year. And it's just a nice series to read. There's a lot of fun sort of anime manga in-jokes in this manga. It's one of those things where you just read it for like all like the, oh, I get that reference. But it's also just about like nerds falling in love, which is fucking great because I'm a nerd and I fell in love with another nerd and I can relate to Wotakoi. Something that I got this year that didn't come out this year was I got the entire series of Claymore, which is fucking wonderful. It's full of beautiful, strong women who I would let just absolutely destroy me any day of the week. The Bride Was a Boy was another manga that came out this year, which is absolutely wonderful. It's an autobiographical piece. It's cute as shit. It's just the story of one trans woman's transition experience, and she goes into like great detail of like how it is to transition in Japan and the experiences she had. It's not the most plot heavy, it's not the most drama heavy series, but it is definitely a series that is just cute and quaint, and we need more manga that are just about LGBTQ plus people from their perspective. It is just a wonderful, pure experience reading The Bride Was a Boy. So another thing that came out this year, just in general, was Seven Seas' Classic Collections, which I'm so glad that everybody is falling in love with Seven Seas and their classic collections, because so many people think that Seven Seas is just this weird publishing company that only publishes weird titty manga, which was the widespread opinion for a while, was that Seven Seas was just published trash. Seven Seas is here to bring you some quality content, and one of them is they're here to bring you some long-forgotten classics. And now we have the full series of Devilman, which is the series that I have on this list. It is just available for our reading pleasure. We also have Cutie Honey, and Space Battleship Yamato, and Captain Harlock. Something else that came out is the Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal Edition, which I'm not in a place in my life where I have like a very tight budget and I can only afford so many things, and oh god, I'm dying. But I do have like a very loose budget, but so I can afford the Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal Editions instead of buying the singles or the omnibuses, and I absolutely love the Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal Edition. Is probably the highest quality book that Viz has put out in recent times. The paper quality is excellent. The entire quality of the binding is excellent. It's hardcover, but I need to state, I fucking love the Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal Edition. It is wonderful, but it is also a collector's edition. If you are just getting into Full Metal Alchemist and you don't have the funds to buy the collector's edition of Full Metal Alchemist, by all means get the singles. By all 100% means get the 3-in-1 omnibuses, just to experience Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist is a wonderful, iconic story, and it can be enjoyed however you want to enjoy it. But I just want to put out that the Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal editions are great, they're wonderful. If you have the money to afford them, do it, because they are wonderful, and also they're like 1.5 volumes per book. It's great. But I love it very much, but also don't feel inclined like you have to get it in this version, because this version is the best. It is the best version, quality-wise, but it's all the same fucking story. Get the singles in the box set, used as shit, yellowed pages. Get the omnibuses. I don't care. Full Metal Alchemist, fucking great. Don't at me. Next, Plus-Sized Elf. Yes. Satoko and Nada is another book that just came out this year. It is a lovely sort of melting pot sort of manga about a Muslim girl and a Japanese girl who room together in college or something. You learn a lot about different cultures that you wouldn't normally learn about in this manga, and it doesn't feel like it's being forced down your throat. It doesn't feel like you're in a class and you're learning these things. It's taught to you, it's explained to you in a very natural, very nice manner. It is a very lovely, sweet manga. I think it's like 4 volumes, I think, in Japan, but it is wonderful, and I highly recommend you get it. It is just fucking nice. Next is Claudine, which I kind of stumbled to put on here. I really like Claudine, but it's also wildly overdramatic 70s manga, so it's not the wokest of stories when it comes to the trans experience, because it is about a trans man who keeps on getting called Claudine throughout the entire story. Next is Solo Exchange Diary, which I feel is kind of cheating because it sort of branches off from my lesbian experience with loneliness, but I just had to put it on here because it is such a wonderful series. It's not just about like the life and times of this lesbian woman. It's more a larger story about just overall just mental health and like family issues. It is a really nice, deep look into the troubled life of one particular woman who just happens to be a lesbian. It is great. Hakume and Mikuchi, cute as shit. I gotta speed this fuck up. Hakume and Mikuchi is cute as fuck. The art is absolutely beautiful. The details that the artist puts into this world of these tiny little people is excellent. Helter Skelter is something that did not come out this year, but it's something that I got this year, and holy fucking shit, that's probably #2 favorite josei of all time. It is wild as hell for a josei. You get into this thinking like, oh, it's this josei kind of taking this critical look at like the fashion industry, and then it comes at you from all sides and you come out bloody and battered, and it's like, what the fuck just happened? Helter Skelter. Loved it very, very much. Something that's on this list that you might find a little strange is Metamorphosis, which is a hentai. It is the very first hentai that I ever purchased, and it was an experience because it's an overall, like, overarching story from start to finish, and it is absolute human suffering from beginning to end, and it is a trip, and it is a challenge, and it definitely will cement how much empathy you have for your fellow man, because oh my fucking god, Metamorphosis kills ya. Pop Team Epic came out this year, and me love me some nonsense ass humor. I fucking love Pop Team Epic. It is definitely my brand of humor. Something that I got this year that every year I find almost an entire very rare series at Second & Charles. Last year it was Gunslinger Girl, which was fucking great, and this year it was Sanctuary. Sanctuary is a really, really cool, very classic Yakuza series, but it's really out of print. But I absolutely love it, and it's the yearly blessing from Second & Charles this year, for sure. Inside Mari is definitely another favorite of mine that came out this year, and it also more largely just encompasses the fact that we have a new publishing company in this day and age, which is happens very unoften these days. Is we find like a new publishing company enters the scene, and it's definitely being sort of headed by people who have been in the industry before. They know their shit they're doing. They're definitely people that are respected within the scene, and I definitely look forward to what Denpa has in store for us, because they definitely seem to be focusing on more indie, more not so much mainstream titles that you wouldn't normally be published here, which is fucking great. And ending things in a kind of weaker note, fucking love Laid Back Camp. Laid Back Camp is just a nice, calming, very chill series to just end your day with. Just about girls going camping and making food out in the outdoors. And I just really, really like it, and it's just a nice, comforting series. It's just nice. It's one of those cute girls doing cute things series with camping. And what can I say? I just like me some simplistic, just some nice stuff. Next is series that you either got or came out this year that you like the least. And I'm not the kind of person these days to hang on to hoard manga that I don't actually like 100% no good feelings whatsoever. There are series that I hang on to that I don't like, that I keep around for the audacity, like Yubasaki Milk Tea, which I do not like, but it's just the feelings that I feel aren't 100% hate. It's more like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on? Oh my god. But one thing came out this year that I did not like initially, and it was just more like, this manga was way too edgy for me, and I didn't like it, and I figured I'll make a video about it, just for content's sake. I'm just gonna, instead of the usual haul every month, I decided to just throw in some extra content, some new sorts of video, and that would have been a critical look at a manga that I got. And you can make whatever the fuck video you want. All videos about manga don't have to be, oh, I loved this manga, it was great. You cannot like a manga, and you can tell people in public, in a public space, that you didn't like it. And you are allowed to do that. You are allowed to not like a manga, and you are allowed to say that you didn't like a manga. You are allowed to make a video solely on manga that you knew that you weren't going to like, for views, for content's sake, however the fuck you want. Go for it. Don't invalidate people because they wanted to make a random ass nonsensical video about how they didn't like a manga. Fuck off. So, fucking Fire Punch. I could have continued on with Fire Punch. It could have been like Yubasaki Milk Tea. Just something that I did not like, but it was just so absolutely ridiculous to me that I continued to pick it up. And who knows, I might have wind up enjoying it. But this piece of shit ruined it for me, and I hate Fire Punch because of this person. Next is something that came out this year that you wanted most this year. I don't know if this is specifically things that are new this year. I completely forgot if that was the case. But things that came out this year that I wanted most this year, probably the conclusion to After Hours, which I'm happy to say was just fucking wonderful. It literally brought me to tears. I was probably looking forward to that a lot, the most, out of everything. I just fucking adored that entire series. I was looking forward to the release of the final volume this year, which actually came out this month. It was wonderful. Probably my number 2 favorite Yuri of all time. Next is, what do you want to get next year? Which is like stuff that's coming out next year that I'm looking forward to. And I'm looking forward to a whole damn lot. One, Komi-san fucking coming out next summer, my dudes. I fucking was so excited when I heard. I fucking absolutely hyped for Komi-san wa Komyosho desu, which is being translated as Komi can't communicate or something, which I'm just so fucking happy. A manga that I've been wanting for so long is finally getting a release, and it's from Viz, like I fucking predicted, boys. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Beastars, which is another thing getting put up by Viz around the same time as Komi-san, which is actually announced the same time as Komi-san, which I'm just absolutely fucking furry trash. I very distinctly remember I saw the Japanese release of Beastars at Kinokuniya this year when I was down in California, and I was like, that looks like some furry trash that's right on my alley, but I had no more room in my bag, so I couldn't even buy volume 1 of this mysterious manga that just looked like it was full of furry people. And I'm very excited. I'm absolute furry garbage, and I'm just very excited for Beastars. Hana Press recently and throughout the year just announced a whole fucking bunch of Yuri, which is absolutely fucking amazing to me. Every single Yuri they announced. I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for all the Yuri that Seven Seas and Yen Press especially have announced. I know Kodansha is also putting out a Yuri called, like, Yuri is My Job. All the Yuri, yes, everybody, just, please, bring me the Yuri. Please bring me the girl-kissing books. I'm very excited for everything Denpa has to offer, especially Maiden Railways, which apparently is a Josei Yuri, which, I mean, you just whisper Yuri into my ear, and I'll be like, where? Yes, my favorite. Knights of Sidonia is getting a master edition this year, and I know I have the singles, but all of Tsutomu Nihei's art deserves a larger print book, so I'm very excited. I'm definitely going to double dip for that. Definitely going to get the master edition of Knights of Sidonia. Urusei Yatsura is coming out next year in February, which is a series that was originally published by Viz, but in those floppy little paper singles, but never as an actual, like, completed, like, book. But they're finally publishing it not flipped, completely in its original state and all. It's by the mangaka who did Inuyasha. Her name is escaping me. Rumiko Takahashi, I think is it. Very excited for that. I'm definitely going to hop onto that. And also, just because I'm fucking garbage, I'm looking forward to Dark Horse's publication of Elfenlied. I've been told it's Elfenlied. I'm just going to call it Elfenlied because that's comfortable to me, but please correct me if I'm wrong if it's Elfenlied instead. But Elfenlied was largely a part of my childhood. I never owned it, but my best friend did, and every single time we went over to her house and, like, stayed over at her house, we would marathon the shit out of Elfenlied. We were some edgy fucks, and we fucking loved Elfenlied, and it's just so wild to me that we're finally getting the manga so many years after the fact. But thank you, Dark Horse, for bringing this trash to North America. I'm very, very happy. things that I hope to be published next year, oh bitch, I don't have to fucking say it. You know exactly what I want to get published this year, Viz. I'm waiting for Majin Tante Nagaminero. I will wait until I'm an old, dying woman for Majin Tante Nagaminero. And it's just so fucking depressing because every passing year it gets older and older and older. And a lot of publishing companies, they seem to be focusing on a lot more like modern series, a lot more stuff that's not as old. And it's by the same guy who wrote Assassination Classroom. It's good. Please give me my 7-foot-tall bastard demon trash husband. God, I just beg you, please, Viz, for the love of fucking God, bring me Majin Tante Nagaminero. You teased it once. You tickled my balls once, fuckers. Please, please, please consider. How would you say your year was? My year was fucking fantastic. Dudes, I got all the stuff that came out this year. I went to Anime Expo, and I bought shit like there was no tomorrow at Anime Expo. Anime Expo is probably the reason why there's so much shit in there. It was such a good year. It was a fantastic year, and I look back on it with only the most fondness when it comes to just manga in general. 2018 was when, 2017 was just me like getting the ropes of MangaTube, just figuring out shit. 2018 was me knowing what I knew and taking what I'd learned and just expanding upon it, which is great. Started like branching out, started actually talking to other creators within the MangaTube community. I've made actual, like, I don't know if you guys can call me a friend, but I call y'all friends. Y'all are my friends. Y'all are my buddies, and I love y'all. Y'all are fucking sexy motherfuckers. Not to sound creepy, that's just something I say. But yeah, it's just been a great year for base when it comes to the lovely, lovely Japanese comic books. And what do I want to do next year? Well, next year is going to be a little difficult because next year I'm planning on going and visiting in-laws in Japan, which is going to be great. I want to try, I know this was my goal for this year, but it's definitely also my goal for next year, is to just really try and hone in on what my tastes are, because there's so many manga that I got this year, or last year even, that I wound up dropping this year because I figured, did I get this because I wanted it, or did I get this because, oh, I better get this? The community. I really, really need to actually hone in on, like, do I want this? Like, actually, do I actually want this thing? Because my collection is growing at, like, an extremely fast rate in a way that it probably shouldn't. It's scary, I'm running out of space, it's bad. I really need to focus, and I really need to figure out exactly what I like, what I need to get. But yeah, that was the entire 2018 tag. Thank you, Migs, for making this wonderful tag where we get to look back on 2018. And shit, it's great. What can I say? And there's a kitty here in my lap, and I love her very much, and we're just going to lift her up, and we're gonna say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. I love you all very much. Stay sexy in the rest of this year and into the new year. Goodbye.